So much. When you think of superheroes, perhaps you think of Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, or Linda Carter. For me, I think of an ally and a colleague, Linda Fairchild. That's your cue. She's such a good sport. Superheroes are modern myths. They are our ideals. They're diverse beings. They reflect our aspirations. They have their arsenal of super skills, super speed, X-ray vision, super strength. Superheroes perform, but who has the real power to help them out of a jam? Sidekicks or allies? Batman and Batgirl had Alfred the Butler. Iron Man had Pepper Potts. It's often allies or sidekicks who are the brains or have some really cool tools, who can be rational, who can rescue them out of a tough jam. Now, superheroes are often loners. We can be like that. Sometimes feeling alone, like you're in the fortress of solitude. Sometimes hidden in the shadows, diligent, feeling like you're saving the day again. But doubt or loneliness, like kryptonite, can seep in, can weaken us, can take away our powers. But often it's our allies who can reach in, who can help us. But they may not have super sense. They may need you to send out the bat signal, a call for help. Now, I'd begun this TED Talk and superhero theme almost a year ago. So I was cheering during the Emmy Awards, if you saw it, when screenwriter Lena Waithe spoke to us, her LGBTQIA family, when she said, and I meant to grab this quote, excuse me, "Every day when you walk out the door, put on your imaginary cape and go out there to conquer the world. Because the world would not be as beautiful as it is if we weren't in it." Now, superheroes may remain hidden and masked behind an alter ego, like Diana Prince or Clark Kent, a false front they put out to the world. We can be like that, often masking ourselves. But our sidekicks or allies may not come with a cape or a mask. Take Lois Lane. They can often look deeper. They can see behind the mask, see our true identity. The power of allies is crucial to our time here at Summit, in our workplaces and communities, and here in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. I love that. Of course we've added on to that. We've rebranded that. We should be more inclusive. We need people who have agility, who are willing to lead change. So let's move from the imaginary Wonder Woman to real-life superheroes, like our mothers, who can be the best superheroes and allies. Through their care and their example, not in the bat cave, not in some man cave, but often a mama bear in the mom cave, they can be three places at once. But part of what they give us is they often have to exercise restraint to let us flourish on our own. I've benefited from so many allies, and I want to share one astounding sidekick. It's my mother-in-law, Shirley Wakira. When we adopted our son, John David, we flew home 30 hours from Vietnam. And my husband, David, had to return back to his job teaching. It was right around the holidays, so I took family leave so I could stay home, acclimate and bond with our new child. Now, I am no superhero, but that 6-month-old baby sure was. The force was strong with that one. He could melt your heart with one smile and turn me into a ball of mush and joy and love and wonder. Now that's all well and good, but even superheroes need baths. And diapered baby superheroes really need a bath now and then. But I was nervous. I was afraid, alone by myself. Would he be afraid of the new big bathtub? Would he be nervous with these people he was just getting used to? So I reached out to Shirley, a mother of 5, a teacher. I know how to recruit top talent. So I asked her, would you just come up into the bathroom with me? Just be there with me so I'm not alone when I give him his first bath. Of course she did. And that's the other opportunity. Sometimes an ally doesn't have to intervene. She let me, they can let us build our confidence. But she would not let me fail. She would be there by my side. Many companies are responding to different ways to achieve our workplace goals. Quality training, Lean Six Sigma, management development, to infuse workplaces with rigor, with process management, and to ensure we're engaging diverse stakeholders and teams. One of the most valuable tools is a meeting skill of bringing people in. It helps to ensure that diverse voices are heard, that people are not left out in a conversation or in a project or around a work table, a conference table. Quality processes don't allow overpowering or shutting down decision-making. It encourages us to be allies, to reach out and hear from others. So quality in some of these management tools can be put to good use. They can be diversity and inclusion tools that can help us inform and change our culture. And then they become entwined in our culture and our personal practice. We need those superpowers. We need those powers harnessed for good. So many sidekicks, vital allies standing beside each other. Dr. Martin Luther King, in his letter from Birmingham jail, he cried out for allies. He said, I have a dream that one day, on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood. One of a valued member of Reverend King's inner circle was Bayard Rustin. He was black and he was gay, and he was attacked because of it by both sides, from white segregationists to black power militants. But he was steadfast, a quiet sidekick. He influenced Dr. King, and he reached out not only to the black community, but to youth activists. And in 1964, he helped ally the black movement with the labor movement to help accelerate change and bring allies in, working together. Which leads us to Joe Wilson. In 1968, he was the CEO of Xerox, and he went down into the inner city race riots in Rochester. But he went down as an ally, willing to hear. No one expected businesses to be willing to take a stand and make change happen. But he was willing to listen to our sisters and brothers and hear what they needed, what they were crying out for. Joe was willing and able to go out and make sure that he opened up job positions because he knew meaningful careers do matter to each of us, and the dignity of work and being able to lift up our families does matter. It matters still today. But Joe went a step further. He continued meeting with the community activists, which led to creating one of the first minority and women business supplier enterprises. Because he knew if he helped create black manufacturing companies, that could make change happen. But he committed that Xerox would be their customer. Because we know money does make change happen, and money and allies do accelerate the speed of change. The movement for LGBT acceptance has been a long journey. It's an example to mirror for women's equality, for transgender equality, for immigration reform, how all of us need the benefit of allies. There could be some who would push us down or pull us back. Our executive champions, our allies, can be in conversations and in places where they can influence on our behalf. places where we may still not be welcome or understood. An ally shared a quick anecdote. A colleague had stopped them and said, "Did you know that John is gay?" And he said, "Yeah, and I'm pretty sure his husband is too." Our allies can be there for us in places and conversations, and sometimes our best allies are not on our team. They can speak with authority and with authenticity on our behalf. Mentors and sponsors, they can be allies. They can coach us, but they can go out and influence others to really expand the mental maps and culture, to help other people to understand, and to help make change happen. And our efforts for equality can benefit from men, like Justin Trudeau. He's an ally to both women as a feminist and to LGBT. Men are over 50% of the workforce, unfortunately, in the executive ranks. They're not in the starting ranks, but they're in hiring and leadership decision-making roles. So we need to engage men. So working together at Xerox with our women's group, we've launched an ally program, a male program they call Mandassadors, asking men to be ambassadors for the women of Xerox. And we've reached out and invited allies, but they were able to use that model that we've had at the LGBT employee resource group and to replicate that. Again, to get more people involved and to make it both personal and professional. So, superheroes and sidekicks can change the world. You may be a sidekick, and some days you may be Wonder Woman. And maybe a superhero like you could use one of us to be your sidekick. So I may not have convinced you, but you know what? You don't have to believe in superheroes. You don't have to believe in sidekicks. You don't have to believe if an ally believes in you. Thank you.